There's constellations on your end.
Getting your peak in your RMS after every single chain, moving, just move the plugin after each one and test it before and after, before and after, before and after. You will save yourself so much time, so much frustration. Find yourself a good meter, and sometimes you can, no, never mind, I'm going to stop right there. Find yourself a good meter. This one's free. Toucan, amazing plugins, my goodness. This chair. Okay, let's get to EQing because I'm cutting close on time here. I got 9 minutes. So let's move this. Actually, no, I'm just going to type it because it kind of weirdly saves the settings in a way I don't like. EQ1, Toucan. Here you are. All right, so let's think about this for a second. It is a keyboard. The warmth of the keyboard is what we want to feel. The brights, we don't need this thing to be super bright and in our face. This is a side instrument. It's on the side. And it's not that important. It's not the focal point of the song, but it is at the very start, along with the vocals. So in the beginning, when we start to mix this, we will probably change the width to be bigger in the beginning and then shut it down in the middle and and at the end we'll keep, you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to stop right there because I'll keep talking. All right, so let's roll off the highs. Let's just imagine for a second, probably 100 hertz. We can roll off and see where that takes us. We're imagining right now because I want you to think about what EQ is. Should we do it sharp? We'll do it halfway like this. Reason being is because there's a lot of other instruments that are going to be going on here. And we want to kind of make sure that has its place, because when the other keyboards and other stuff starts playing and the other pads start playing, we don't want a lot of information battling one another. So now the highs, let's take off the highs. So sometimes you can literally get away with a 2-band EQ just rolling off the lows and the highs, and you're done with this EQ version. All right, so let's do this, and we'll put it at 20 hertz. We'll bring it down right here, and we'll bring it down to like, so what is this, 1? What is 1? 1,000, okay. And then we'll bring it, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't just bring it here. What is this thing doing? It's not even playing. Am I on the right thing? Let's see. EQ1. Nope. Move you over. Here we go. Oh, what did I do? Here we go. Without, with. Sounds exactly the same. But we cut off this information here that we didn't need. Let's roll it up higher and see how it sounds. Too thin, right? Okay, let's bring it down. With, without. The warmth disappeared. Listen to this real quick. In the warmth. Now without. Do you feel the warmth? There's a lot of information there that we're missing. So let's bring this down and roll off this a little bit more, because there's information there, really low end information that has like a chest feel, which we can roll off later up higher into the song. But at the very beginning, when all you have is the keyboard playing and the vocals, you want that warmth to be there. You want it to be strong and present before the bass gets in, because the brain will always notice something's missing, and it will notice that there's just a vocal and this thin ass keyboard. Pointless. Where is it at? Oh, turn it on. See, without, listen without. And with. So it's almost, let's bring it down to about right there. I don't know what number that is, but it's like 90. Okay, so we have that. And so here, we're not going to find a notch. Under extreme circumstances, we might. But we're looking more at this, in this situation, shelving EQs. So there is only one shelf here, and it's the low. If I'm not mistaken, that's the only, yeah. So we're going to turn that on. And so this is how you have to kind of, well, I'll have to do it first to show you. So let's locate, let's think about this and hear it. put the vocals and everything in to see how it sounds against it all. Lead, kick, snare. Bass is not.
In these constellations on your end.
Low end. So let's turn this up right there. Bring it in. That's not a shelf. That's a shelf. Okay. So this is 4 decibels. Extremes for a reason. All right. So let's increase the width or the Q, or no, decrease the Q. I think it's considered, and bring this down to about. If the vocals clarity start at about 1K, 2K, and this keyboard has some kind of information there that's bright, we probably want to let the crossover be right about where the vocals intelligibleness comes from.
In these constellations on your end, I trace. There's someone in the stars. You make me like I am, and I can't save myself when I'm the only one to blame.
Without.
In these constellations.
With.
In these constellations on your end.
And so a little bit more volume.
In these.
And a little bit up higher.
In.
And less of a Q.
In these constellations on.
A little bit less volume.
In these constellations.
Without.
In these constellations.
And now let me make sure the meter's after the fact. Where are you, Mr. Keys? Yeah. Okay, it is. Okay, let's look at the meters real quick. With it off, again.
In these
-19, -20, -18. Let's turn it on.
In these constellations.
We're getting a little bit more volume. So because there's no high shelf, you're using the output knob in a way to finagle that. It's not easy to, because it's still going to sound kind of weird. It's not going to work the same way.
In these constellations.
We're working at the same volume. So here's without.
In these constellations.
Here's with.
In these constellations on your end.
So here's what I want to do. I want to add a notch in the warmth range, which is 200, 300, to see what that does. I've got to go in a minute. All right, so let me turn this thing up here. No. Let's leave the Q a little bit thin, and we're going to bring this down and turn it up right there. And we're going to bring it into the 200, 300 and make it a little wide.
In these constellations on your end, I trace. There's someone in the stars. You make me like I am, and I can't save myself when I'm the only.
Too much. Okay. Let's see here. All right.
In these constellations on your end, I trace.
And bring this down now.
In these constellations on your end, I trace. There's some.
So, real quick before I go, you don't want. It's like when you're in a recording studio, if you've ever been in one, the bass player says, I can't hear my bass. And he wants to hear his bass so bad. And you turn it up and you turn it up. And he's like, oh, okay, I like that. But then everything else is completely just pointless. So just never forget that things are not supposed to spotlight. The vocals are supposed to spotlight if it's a pop song. Everything else is supposed to just be there. And the moment it takes its own place and becomes significant is when you've lost it. So don't do that.